7 out of 10 wealthy families lose all their wealth by the second generation. And by the third generation, 9 out of those 10 families lose everything. It didn't used to be this way though. At the very least, it didn't used to be this bad. Some old money used to be able to transfer wealth down the line. But nowadays, youth from wealthy families are plagued with drug abuse, several addictions, a chronic inability to delay gratification, and all sorts of vices. And these vices accumulate into their inability to hold on to the wealth they've inherited. So what's changed? The shtick called success. When you hear the word success in the context of amassing lots of money, what other words come to your mind? Is it hard work, luck, being at the right place at the right time? Is it opportunity meeting preparation? Is it having the right information, education, being laser-focused, being consistent, persevering, having an unfair advantage of some sort, having a talent, or just having rich parents? Any of these words could easily describe anybody's financial success. But by any word you want to swear that success comes, there's always a common denominator all across the board. And that common denominator is hard work. That's, of course, barring those that inherited huge amounts of wealth. I dare you to show me a financial success that didn't work hard to attain that status. The only people you can claim doesn't work that hard are people doing what they're passionate about. For these people, what looks like hard work on the outside are actually fun for them. And even if you make this case for the passion crowd, there's always a much higher level of success they can unlock by being more hardworking than their peers in that field. So hard work is the foundation that everything is built on. Then you can add the sauce of consistency and perseverance. If you mix these three together, you'll make your own luck. You'll get your own unfair advantage. You'll eventually end up being at the right place at the right time. That information you need to break the ceiling will find you. And this concept brings us to the world we live in today. If you're observant, you'll notice that the world has changed a great deal. When I say changed, I mean the ceiling you need to break to attain financial success is now quite low. People now have the attention span of 2-year-olds. And because of this, most people can't stay with problems long enough to find solutions to those problems. Nowadays, people want the quick reward. If a task is too challenging, instead of choosing to fail at it till there's success, people nowadays choose to ignore the challenge altogether. Most people now prefer to waste their time doing fun things that don't contribute to their financial success. Nobody wants to do the boring grunt work anymore. And spoiler alert, real financial success lies in the repetitive, boring grunt work. So, if you're just willing to be a little more focused, a little more disciplined, willing to go a little bit longer, then you already have an unfair advantage over millions of people that aren't willing to do the same, over millions of people you're competing with for the same financial resources. If we trace the root of this plague on our society of wanting instant gratification, one word comes to mind. And that word is dopamine. Remember the rich kids we talked about in the beginning? Experts that's worked with these kids concluded that what they lack is motivation. There's no shocking revelation there. The worrying part is how a generation of highly motivated entrepreneurs and titans of industries managed to raise unmotivated delinquents. Factors like not loving them enough came up, but what really stood out was the fact that most of these people have been handed all they'll ever need, that there's nothing to aspire to. There's no gap between what they are now and what they could be. And make no mistake, on the other side of the wealth spectrum are multitudes of people that are not rich and can't self-motivate enough to go after financial success for long enough to actualize those financial goals. And this is where dopamine and the world we live in today comes in. In the words of Andrew Huberman, one of the foremost researchers at Stanford School of Medicine, dopamine is the most important currency in today's world. In one of his podcasts, he said that there's so much availability of dopamine-inducing substances and dopamine-inducing activities that success will select for people that can self-regulate their dopamine exposure and dopamine pathways. In other words, people that can deliberately stay off fapping, people that can intentionally stay off likes and highly stimulating contents on social media, people that can resist the temptation of alcohol, drugs, and weeds, people that can sit through the grunt, boring work for however long enough to achieve their financial goals. The case for NoFap and financial success in life. If you're addicted to fapping, it doesn't mean you might not be financially successful in life. There are, after all, no shortages of rich PMO addicts out there. But make no mistake, if you're really addicted to fapping, and maybe you started when you were young on the high-speed internet kind, then there's a high chance your dopamine pathway is messed up. There's a high chance the ability to self-regulate when it comes to fapping is non-existent for you. If you're at this level, you'll definitely find that there are subtle dopamine-related symptoms, like getting bored easily, moving on to the next shiny investment opportunity, not being able to articulate as you'd like in conversations, a lack of intense focus, chronic fatigue, and so on. And these are all dopamine-related symptoms that can serve as hindrances to your financial goals. So if you do NoFap, your life definitely gets better. These changes might be subtle, but when it comes to NoFap and money, all little increments count in achieving your money goals. It's like turning up your gear just a little bit more. With a little bit more energy, a little bit more motivation, a little bit more focus to give you that unfair advantage, all these make you a little bit more efficient. And we both know what you could achieve financially with a little bit more efficiency in today's world. If you found this video a little bit helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.